CBS News meteorologist and hurricane expert David Yeomans has been tracking the storm for us from Chicago. David, what's the latest on Hurricane Milton now?
I told you, Lana, 30 minutes ago that at least 3 tornadoes have touched down. Now at least 6 reported tornadoes, with many more tornado warnings ongoing across Florida right now. The eye of the hurricane is heading for the west coast of Florida. You can see a broader view here from space. This high-resolution image is showing the broad Hurricane Milton spinning its way toward the west central coast of Florida, guaranteed now to be one of the most destructive in west central Florida history. Let's check out the latest stats from the Hurricane Center. The storm's peak intensity of 185-mile-an-hour Category 5 winds has come and gone. There are some upper-level winds trying to disrupt this storm, but boy, when you start with a Cat 5, it will not weaken overnight. This is still a significant Category 4 storm southwest of Tampa and still heading on a northeastward trajectory. The latest track from the Hurricane Center has a low-end 4, high-end Category 3. Either way, it's a significant, destructive hurricane hitting most likely between Tampa and Fort Myers overnight tonight. After that, Orlando, even Daytona Beach get a Category 1 hurricane on its trip across Florida. The storm then heads out to sea and doesn't bother the U.S. anymore after tomorrow afternoon. Not only do we have storm surge flooding putting homes underwater on the coast, but even as far inland as Orlando, the middle of the Florida peninsula, we will have homes underwater from freshwater flooding. 12 to 16, even 18 inches of rain in an area that already has saturated soil from rain this week. Look at the forecast wind gusts reaching hurricane force after sundown in Sarasota and Tampa. Strong winds continue across the Florida peninsula overnight. Tropical storm force winds from Jacksonville all the way down to Miami. By this time tomorrow afternoon, the center of the storm and the highest winds will be moving away. Back to you.
David, when I started this broadcast today, there were 2 tornadoes now, and then you said half an hour ago, 3 tornadoes you reported, and now 6 tornadoes. Explain to our viewers the link between tornadoes and the hurricane forces that we're seeing.
As if the hurricane weren't enough, right?
Exactly.
We also have a tornado threat with any landfalling hurricane, and the reason is we have a tremendous amount of spin or vorticity in the atmosphere. When you have a storm that's spinning on a large scale, these little individual thunderstorms or rain showers that come alongshore with it actually have more spin with them already. You add to that the added surface friction from something moving from over water to over land, and that too can kick up some tornadoes. So tornadoes with a landfalling hurricane are common. What we're seeing today, though, unusually strong and a very high number of tornadoes already picking up here in Florida. Another thing to be wary of if you're in the storm's path.
And David, just to stick with this for another moment, I'm literally getting messages from viewers in Florida right now. Are the areas most at risk for tornadoes also the same areas that are most at risk for Milton when it hits?
That's generally true. There's a tornado watch in effect for much of the Florida peninsula, but generally from the path of the center of the storm, or let's say Tampa, Orlando, Daytona Beach, southward, this is going to be the highest risk of tornadoes. Generally, if you're in the storm's direction, they occur on the right side of the storm. So in this case, it will be from the eye of the hurricane to the south, generally central and southern Florida at the highest risk of tornadoes tonight.
David, really appreciate you answering all these your questions and giving us the very latest. We'll continue to check in with you. Thanks. Danny Alvarez is the public information officer at Hillsborough County Fire Rescue. He joins us now from Tampa, Florida. Thank you for being here. Talk to us about the preparations that are underway. Are most of those preparations done and you guys are really just battening down the hatches, or are the preparations still ongoing for you now?
Thank you for having me. No, we are pretty much prepared. We kind of got a head start, obviously, with Hurricane Helene, with all our teams being in place, all our equipment being staged in strategic areas. So at this point in time, we've been in a state of readiness for 2 weeks. And as far as Hillsborough County, Hillsborough Fire Rescue is ready to go.
And talk to us about some of these challenges, because once Milton hits, your team won't be able to immediately respond to calls for help. How do you navigate some of this?
Right. It's pretty difficult for us as firefighters and first responders. You know, we got into this job, this profession, to help others, and to hear the calls for help and being unable to respond, it's very difficult. However, we are letting the community know ahead of time. We've been stressing this point that once winds are sustained at 40 miles an hour or greater, we are unable to respond to any of your emergency calls. We would have to wait until the storm passes us. So low-lying areas, anywhere that's an evacuation zone, we've been stressing this and urging everyone to please seek shelter elsewhere.
You know, I'm thinking about you and the other public servants that put your lives on the line to protect people during the storm and the aftermath of the storm. How do you all make sure that you stay safe during the storm? Right.
So our field personnel are in their fire stations, well built. We have hurricane shutters. We're prepared for the hurricane effects. In our headquarters, we're as far as I could speak for Hillsborough County, we are well equipped. We have a brand new, pretty new facility with codes that can withstand Cat 5 hurricanes. So we are ready to go on our end. But it's difficult still. We have our families to worry about. We're here, ready to serve, which is what we signed up for. But we do, in the back of our minds, we're thinking about our families as well.
Absolutely. So much appreciation and respect for you, sir, and everybody who's there doing the work that you're doing. In the moments that we have left, I just also want to ask you about how you expect your Tampa to be further impacted by Helene with the debris that's still out there. How is that going to complicate things for you?
Quite a bit, actually. We've been working nonstop, trying to exhaust every resource we had available to try to remove as much debris as possible from the homes. We were significantly impacted by Helene, yard debris, and we had quite a bit of construction debris due to the flooding. So we've done our very best to get to it. However, we do foresee a ton of issues with the debris that's still pending in front of people's homes and being just carried away and turned into projectiles by this hurricane.
PIO Danny Alvarez, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be thinking about you.
Thank you very much.
North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper is giving an update on his state's efforts after Helene's devastation there, and is also discussing Hurricane Milton. Let's listen.
Looking for ways to help.